So to start off, we're gonna go ahead and apply some moisturizer onto her face because moisturizer is key to a flawless foundation look. So I'm just putting that all over her face with a flat foundation brush. Now we're gonna go ahead and place some scotch tape on the eye just so we get that sharper eyeshadow look. And I'm going ahead and priming her eyes with the Maybelline 24-Hour Stay Concealer, and then I'm going to set that over top with some translucent powder. I'm using ColourPop's Shadow in Beverly as the transition shade with a clean blending brush, and after that I'm going into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Shadow Couture palette with Morocco, and I'm using the blending brush that comes with that. And I'm doing the same thing using that as a transition, but just deepening the crease a little bit. I'm also picking up some of Fudge from the Anastasia palette, which is just a deeper dark brown, and I just focus that on the outer edge just to make it a little bit darker. Then I took Soft Peach and just applied that on the brow bone. Now I'm carving out the eyelid with the same Maybelline 24-Hour Stay Concealer, just so we can have a sharper look again. And I'm applying some of my gold eyeshadow from the BH Cosmetics Neutral palette. I just mixed the two gold shades and then applied that on the lid. Now I'm going back to mix the crease to blend it in and make it look more soft. I did go ahead and apply some false eyelashes off camera, so now I'm just taking my Wet n Wild black gel liner to line her lash line and kind of wing it out a bit just so that it could hide that gap between the false lashes and her actual lash line. I'm applying some of the Rimmel London Max Volume Flash Mascara just to blend the falsies in with her natural lashes. After I peel off that tape, I'm just going to blend the outer corner of the eyeshadow just so that it won't look as harsh where the tape line mark was. And then I'm going in with the Rimmel London Scandaleyes Kohl eyeliner, and I'm just lining her waterline. For foundation, I'm using the Maybelline FitMe Dewy+Smooth foundation, and I'm dotting that all over her face, like so. And then I'm going to take my Real Techniques flat foundation brush, and I'm using that to distribute the product all over her face. I like using a brush to distribute the product on the face, and then to actually work it into the skin, I like to use a beauty blender because it just makes it look more natural. So after I do that, I'm going to take, well, first of all, I'm going to tickle her neck a little bit. And then I'm going to take her beauty blender and just work that into the skin more so it looks a little more blended. Now my favorite part, concealer. I was using the Maybelline 24-Hour Stay Concealer, which I used to prime her eyes, but I didn't really like how that looked on her skin, so I switched over to my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Light, and I just used that to conceal and highlight her face. And to blend the concealer in, I just use a damp beauty sponge. I'm going to set where I place the concealer with my Airspun loose face powder in translucent, and I'm just going to let that sit there for a second, and then I will dust it off later. Well, I guess it's later. That's the magic of editing. So I'm just dusting that powder away from under her eyes, And then I'm taking some more of that same powder just to set the rest of her face. Now I'm just curling up her lashes, and after I do that, I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild bronzer in the shade Ticket to Brazil, just to bring some warmth back into her skin. Now I'm going in with that same Airspun face powder, and I'm just going to clean up under her bronzer. Don't forget to dust that excess powder away after. Now I'm going in with my Wet n Wild blush in Mellow Wine, and I'm just going to apply some of that to the apples of her cheeks. And after we apply that, we're going to go in with a powder brush and just blend in the blush with the bronzer. Now I'm taking the same Beverly eyeshadow from ColourPop, and I'm just dragging that on her bottom lash line. Now we're blending that out, smoking it out a bit, and then I also went in with the color Fudge that we used in the crease earlier, just to kind of not just have one flat color under the eye. And then I'm going to go in with some mascara on her top and bottom lashes. Ooh, girl! So for highlighter, I'm using the Makeup Revolution highlighter in Golden Lights, and I'm just going to apply that on her cheekbones, on the tip of her nose, and a little bit on her cupid's bow. For lip liner, I am using the Rimmel London lip liner in Coffee Bean, just to outline her lips, because we are going to be applying some liquid lipstick, and I don't want things to get messy, you know? The liquid lipstick that I chose to go with is the ColourPop liquid lipstick in LAX, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply that all over her lips. And after the liquid lipstick, the look is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, bye!